Through the lens of the YouTube game, I suck at YouTube. And here's how you could suck too. So, contrary to popular belief, YouTube isn't just about content creation and how good you are at that. It can be much deeper than that, as often a lot of things are. It can be psychological as well, from the lens of a creator and a viewer. You see, YouTube can be a mirror of how you view the world and how you view yourself. Just to be clear, I don't actually think I suck at YouTube. I actually have a lot of value already posted and that I plan to post. I believe in what I have to offer, otherwise why make the channel, right? But this is where context matters, because through the lens of the YouTube game, through the lens of high editing, of clickbait titles, of making videos on high interest topics like famous people and such, I suck at that. That's not really who I am. I'll make a video about this soon, but I have 3 channels that have been successful on YouTube. I have one that got 3 million views, 2.9 to be exact, using these popular topics. So it's not that I can't, it's just that that's not what I'm choosing on this channel. If I choose to play the YouTube game, I can. But to make a YouTube about yourself is a much harder challenge. So when it comes to making a channel that's largely based on you, that is a much harder challenge than making videos about topics that everyone is interested in. A key example is drama. I see so many channels literally just about drama, repeating the same thing. And people click on that. People really are interested in that for some reason. I'm not here to judge, but it's not really productive, right? You know, I like those things. They already have an audience for the topic of interest. When you make a channel about yourself and about things you're sharing, people have to know why should they care about you, which is a challenge. Because to them, you're just a nobody, right? And that's a much harder thing to do, to build your own brand. So YouTube is largely philosophical, psychological. Some people use it to improve. Other people use it just to look at drama. Some people need it mainly for entertainment, to distress from the challenges of life. So as a creator, our personal life philosophy can affect at a subconscious level how we create. It can affect how much value we see in our own YouTube channel and other people's YouTube channel as well. When it comes to the viewer side of things, at a subconscious level, they could judge a channel based on the superficial, or even based on assumptions based on the creator themselves, sometimes even trauma. Someone could view a video of mine and without even realizing it, get triggered because I remind them of a past bully. So from the very start, they're already discrediting me and they don't even realize it. So they don't even give me a chance based on assumptions, based on trauma. I've seen so many popular videos where it's just the creator talking to the camera, no editing, just low effort. But there's a human connection. So people are interested in usually the experience that the person is sharing. So you could consider a video of yours bad, and yet others might consider it exactly what they need at that particular moment. Because it feels real to the person in a site that can feel largely manufactured, right? With highly edited content. doesn't always reflect the messiness of life and of humans, right? So people seeing just a person talking to the camera, no editing, low effort, can feel real. An ocean of highly manufactured videos. This is why I'm also trying to find that balance between edited and real, right? I think it's something really worth considering as a creator. But when it comes to YouTube being a psychological mirror, I personally can't, in good conscience, postpone a video for a month just to make it highly edited. When it comes to my philosophy, I can't do that. It doesn't reflect how I see life. And because of that, my channel might hurt. It might be slow to grow because I'm not playing the YouTube game in the ideal way. Now, people who can do that, that's amazing. But when it comes to my philosophy, the way I see the world and the way I teach also has to do with urgency. You're postponing a video for a month to make it highly edited, right? As ideal as possible. You are actively saying, I have this month guaranteed to make the video. And that's just not true. You don't even have tomorrow guaranteed. Not even a month. That's way more time. I literally can't gamble with a month of my life for the sake of one highly edited video that might not even take off. Because that's the case. A lot of videos, a lot of creators make videos thinking that, oh, I did this in a month, this is totally gonna get views, and then it doesn't. And then they do a video with low effort and they think, oh, this is gonna suck. And that's the one that becomes popular. You see, life is largely unpredictable. Human behavior can be volatile. So to try and predict things and to try and control everything can actually be a prison. It can be self-defeat. Not to mention that you are largely gambling with time for the sake of trying to control your success. I have way too much to share and such a respect for legacy, desire to help others, that I just can't do that. There is definite truth to one of the phrases I used in one of my earlier videos, which is, you can't predict what can help someone. And that's what often happens with videos that we don't think are gonna be valuable, but they end up being the most popular. And heck, that's already a thing in my channel. The shorts that I thought were gonna take off didn't. And a lot of the shorts that I thought were just not that good are the most viewed. The unpredictability of life also applies to content creation. Like a friend that always seemed to be your best friend, but actually was your biggest hater. And you don't find that out until years later. We have to respect the unpredictable enough to let it flow. Work alongside it. Through the lens of the spiritual, we try to predict how God can communicate with us, but we can't. So what I consider valuable is one of the phrases I use in another early video, which is, truth is a gift, and the response to truth is also a gift. Meaning, let truth just exist and see the response to that truth, which can be a gift. You may not know how you will succeed, but guess who does? God. So don't try to predict the conversation with God and where He's leading you. Just let it flow. Try and hyper-focus on guessing the answer can actually limit divine intervention because you yourself are blocking the answer because you're trying to control it through a perceived path that you think is the correct one. As we know, faith operates based on surrender, not control, not having all the answers. Of course, you need to control certain things like boundaries, but there needs to be balance to everything, even faith. So how does this apply to content creation? Well, I'm not saying that you should make lazy content. I'm saying that you need to balance reality with also trying to control your success. Because if you focus entirely on trying to control your success and spending a month or two making one single video, you're not working alongside the unpredictable. You're not working alongside the divine. You're trying to control things too much, to the point where you're even trying to control time itself because you're not respecting it. You're gambling with it. So what do we do instead? Well, we stop trying to control everything and we start letting life surprise us as well. Because many times what we think doesn't have much value can not only be a treasure, but can also be inspiration through the lens of a before and after. It can inspire people. It can be incredibly valuable in itself for you to have a before and after that can inspire people and they can apply it to their own story, how far you've come through hard work. People need a reminder that not everything in this life is an overnight success, right? Because unfortunately, social media these days can have those stories, and that's good for the person, but that can set a bad example and a bad expectation for others in thinking that they also need to have that type of immediate result or they failed, right? That can be a horrible example for the youth, for example. They need to know that hard work can pay off. Not everything is immediate. So I hope this video can inspire you, change your perspective, and at the same time you get to know more about me. My videos may not be the most fancy yet, but they're full of love and authenticity. But yes, you could say that my videos technically suck because I'm not playing the YouTube game on this channel. So I am prioritizing urgency in helping others above ideal quality in presentation and such. I'm conscious enough to realize there is a life beyond the game. We have to respect time to not obsess over the game, but to also let ourselves flow in who we are in the moment. The idea of who you could be due to YouTube's success and obsessing over that can show a lack of love for who you are already in the moment. As I say in one of my videos, you are already capable of being a miracle, just the way you are. So don't obsess over a future version of yourself. Appreciate yourself enough for who you are already. I hope that helps you. Much love. Take care.